All right, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are tackling what is arguably the most buzzed about yet completely misunderstood topic in tech right now, AI agents. I mean, you know the feeling, right? Every time you open a browser, there's some flashy new headline screaming that agents are going to replace entire departments overnight. Or maybe your boss is suddenly asking you about agentic transformation. It's a lot to process. But today, we're taking a really close look at a truly phenomenal resource that is specifically designed to cut straight through all that noise. We are talking about a completely free course created by the AI Bridge Foundation called AI Agents Fundamentals. So consider this Explainer your official introduction video to the course. We're going to break down exactly what it offers, giving you the perfect primer before you actually jump in and invest your time.
Here is our roadmap for today. We're going to hit 5 main points. First, cutting through the AI hype. Second, looking inside the curriculum. Third, meeting your AI tutor. Fourth, figuring out exactly who this course is for. And finally, why this is education you can actually trust.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, cutting through the AI hype.
We have all seen those posts. You know, the LinkedIn influencers claiming, "Oh, I built a 10-person team of AI agents over a single weekend." It sounds incredible, but honestly, it's also kind of exhausting, and it's definitely terrifying if you're sitting there worrying about your job. But here is the core problem the AI Bridge Foundation identified right out of the gate. Most of what you are hearing out there right now is just pure hype. It's dangerous oversimplification, or frankly, it's just marketing cleverly disguised as education. The noise is absolutely deafening. When you actually stack up the marketing hype against the technological reality, there is a massive and frankly dangerous gap. The hype wants you to believe it's basically magic, but the reality? Well, the actual technology is very real, and it is genuinely powerful. But to actually understand what AI agents can and cannot do, you need way more than just skimming a few sensationalized posts on social media. You need a clear, non-technical understanding. You have to have a foundation, because without it, you're literally just throwing money at marketing buzzwords.
So here's the crucial aha moment of the whole thing. What actually makes an AI agent different from a standard chatbot? A lot of people assume it's just about being smarter, right? But it's not intelligence. It is action. While a standard chatbot just sits there and talks to you, an agent can actually break down a larger goal into actionable steps. It can reason through decisions, it can use software tools, and crucially, it adapts when things don't go exactly as planned. It takes action out there in the real world. Once you grasp that fundamental architectural difference, you can look at any AI product on the market with completely clear eyes. Which brings us to Section 2, inside the curriculum.
So the course itself is this brilliantly structured 10-hour journey. And I want to emphasize right now, it requires absolutely zero coding. None. It's broken down into 5 incredibly clear categories: agent foundations, agents at work, small business applications, using agents effectively, and agent safety and trust. It's a highly practical business-level breakdown of the technology. Let's look a bit closer at how they tackle some of these areas. In the Agents at Work and Small Business sections, the curriculum completely ignores those hypothetical science fiction futures. Instead, it focuses on real implementations that are happening literally right now. For example, Lyft is currently using multi-agent systems for their customer support. Microsoft went ahead and built agentic features directly into Dynamics 365. And the best part is, you don't even need a massive enterprise engineering team to pull this off. Everyday operations teams are out there using no-code platforms, tools like Zapier, Make, Custom GPTs, and Lindy to handle things like inventory, complex scheduling, and reporting. You get to see the nuts and bolts of what actually makes these deployments work today. And that leads to a massive realization. When you start using these tools, most agent failures, they aren't technical. Actually, they're managerial. The course teaches you how to evaluate these platforms way beyond a flashy marketing demo. You'll learn how to prompt agents completely differently than how you'd prompt a simple chatbot, because instead of just asking questions, you have to provide solid goals, tight constraints, and very clear success criteria. You're essentially learning how to manage a digital worker, right? And you need to measure if it's actually delivering value or just burning through your budget.
Now, managing that digital worker brings us to the Agent Safety and Trust module. This is where the course raises the stakes and gets radically honest with you. Consider this real-world disaster from 2024. Air Canada's AI chatbot literally fabricated a refund policy out of thin air and just handed it to a customer, and a tribunal legally forced the airline to honor it. That is exactly what happens when unchecked AI takes action on behalf of your business. It can cause actual measurable financial damage.
Or consider this catastrophic scenario taught in the course. An AI coding agent deleting an entire production database in just 9 seconds. 9 seconds. And here's the kicker, it wasn't because of some sophisticated, malicious hack. It happened simply because the agent had system permissions it absolutely never should have had. When agents have the power to take action, they naturally have the power to cause serious damage if they are left unsupervised.
And this is exactly why the safety module is so absolutely vital. It equips you with the knowledge to prevent these exact types of mistakes. You'll dive deep into things like cascading errors, how to set up rigid guardrails, the critical importance of proper permissions, data privacy, and ultimately, accountability. I mean, when an agent makes a mistake, who takes the fall? You really need to know the answer to this before you deploy one. Honestly, this module alone makes the course mandatory viewing before you deploy anything in your own business.
Moving right along to Section 3, Meet Your AI Tutor.
So the way you learn in this course is totally different. You learn simply by chatting with a conversational AI tutor named Ari whenever you happen to have the time. The Ari experience is entirely unique. There are no long, boring lectures, no unskippable, mind-numbing videos, and definitely no multiple-choice quizzes to stress out over. The whole thing takes roughly 10 hours total, broken down into manageable 1-hour topics. But the beauty is, you can learn anywhere, on your phone, on your laptop, with absolutely zero deadlines or cohort schedules to worry about. Ari explains the concepts, asks you questions to make sure you're actually getting it, and brings in great real-world examples.
And this format brilliantly illustrates the power of an AI tutor, because Ari dynamically adapts the pacing specifically to you. So if you're a first-time user, and this is your first time even thinking about what an agent is, Ari starts right from the ground up. But if you're an experienced AI user who has been messing around with these tools for a year, Ari senses that experience level and adjusts the speed. You'll never feel left behind, but you'll also never feel bored. It is highly personalized, incredibly flexible learning.
Let's look at Section 4. Who is this for? Let me reiterate one more time. Absolutely no coding or prior AI experience is required. The audience breakdown for this course is incredibly broad, mostly because the application of this tech is so broad. It's for small business owners who are trying to figure out if agents could realistically save them dozens of hours every week. It's for professionals in larger companies who are adopting these tools and need to make informed, smart decisions. It's for managers who are going to find themselves directing AI agents in the exact same way they currently direct human teams. And it's an amazing resource for job seekers who want to stand out in interviews by being able to speak intelligently about the technology that is reshaping literally every single industry right now.
The overarching promise here is very simple and very relieving. This course is for anyone who needs to understand agents, not build them from scratch. You don't need to be a software engineer. You just need to be able to navigate the landscape, evaluate the different tools out there, and speak clearly about the technology that's reshaping your day-to-day work.
Finally, we land on Section 5, Education You Can Trust.
The organization behind this course is the AI Bridge Foundation, and their overarching mission is what makes this so incredibly accessible. They are a nonprofit organization. What that means for you is that this course is 100% free forever. There are no hidden fees. They don't sell fancy certificates. They aren't going to suddenly gatekeep you and try to upsell a premium tier halfway through. And crucially, this is huge. They do not collect your data to train their models. It is pure, highly accessible education with zero strings attached. They built this simply because they believe that access to this kind of understanding shouldn't depend on how big your budget is.
And look, even though it's totally free, the credibility is top tier. Every single claim made in the curriculum is backed up by highly authoritative sources. The course is built on the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, Andrew Ng's Agentic Design Patterns, Anthropic's Trustworthy Agents Framework, and the foundational React research coming out of Princeton and Google. So this isn't just some random person's opinion on a blog, right? It is verifiable, highly rigorous education. So now that you've watched this introduction, here is the big question. Are you ready to stop just reading the marketing hype and actually start understanding the reality? The noise around AI that isn't going away anytime soon, but your confusion around it absolutely can. You can go to their landing page right now and have your very first conversation with Ari without even having to sign up. Seriously, don't let the marketing hype dictate your understanding of the future. Take action, head over to the landing page, and start your first conversation with Ari today. You won't regret it.